Congratulations on this fantastic report. In a few sentences, can you tell me what the report is about?
Our report is about the trend, the structure, the nature of Chinese civil society in the Netherlands and Europe, also about their impact and challenges. It records the development of this field in the last 2 decades, I would say, where we see sort of newer forms of this kind of civil organizing in the Netherlands and in Europe because of the changes in migration pattern, in the changes in the political environments here and also in China very much, and also the digital transformation that we're experiencing. So we would say that, yeah, it maps out some of the new development in the civic landscape.
Why is this report relevant to the public?
Oh, it is relevant in the public because I would say because the Chinese migrants are part of the public, what they do, it is relevant to the public. And I think very often we see them as sort of the extra, they are not really our society, but I will argue that migrants and their engagement are part of the public. We see that what they do in the civil engagement is not only for their own well-being and their own livelihood, but it has impact also to the general, broader society. For instance, we know some of our colleagues we work with, talk to, they are engaged in international human rights issues. So those are public issues for everybody. So in that sense, through this report, we want to push that, to also highlight not them as students, as professionals who pay tax, who enrich our education system, but also people who are actually engaged for social issues. And by doing so, we hope to raise some awareness, some understanding of their social engagement, what challenges they have, what achievements they have made, and hopefully will interest broader solidarity and collaboration with other members of the public, of the society.
What are the main conclusions of the report?
In our report, we concluded in our 5 domains, as I said earlier, right, like the nature, the structure, and all that. But maybe here, in the interest of time, I will highlight a few things. One is about the importance of the digital. This really make it different. No? This generation of civil organizing is different from the more traditional diasporic organization. So the digital media, all that is very important. They also connected more translocal, transnationally because of that. That, of course, is advantageous because it gives them visibility and connection. At the same time, also risk. So with the keyword surveillance, digital surveillance. So that is one thing. Another thing is we've learned that the Chinese new civil society, they're not only working for their own well-being and their own livelihood. A lot of their engagement is beyond. So they're interested in more broader social challenges, human rights issues, and so on. And another big conclusion we have is indeed what kind of challenges they have. What do they need more? What kind of support they need more from their other partners beyond the Chinese circle, so to say. Yeah.
Given your findings, what should we or the government do next?
Yeah, we also concluded with 7, 8 recommendations, and I invite everybody to read carefully. But here also, very briefly, I think I will highlight a few different nature. Some recommendations really within their engagement work. So funding is one thing. People would like to have more easy access to funding for organizing. Sometimes not only about money, but also about support, like in spaces, or maybe sharing somebody who has expertise. Or maybe some more training, so that to learn the really Dutch things, right? Like the immigration law, the tax system, and all that. So these are more within their engagement work. Some are more referring to the external factors. So quite a few of our interlocutors talk about they feel security concern, right? So it's about security vis-a-vis, let's say, transnational authoritarian state. Surveillance and so on, but also security concern because of what's happening in Europe, right? The rise of more nationalist kind of sentiment or intolerance, and all that. Of course, they also hope, right? Through our interviews, they say, well, we hope that the Dutch state, the EU, will actually take stances and acts to make a safer space for this kind of activism work. To protect them, but also to make more space for them to flourish, I think. And for me, I think the last thing I would like to propagate is that we here keep our interest, our curiosity, and also our care for migrant, not only Chinese migrants, civil society, but all different kinds of newcomers, oldcomers, to also consider them as part of our society, and to sort of also walk away from maybe some of the older-fashioned, more stereotype way of looking at Chinese activism, or Chinese is more like this old Cold War stereotype, you know, because in a way in our report we really show how diverse and how dynamic this community is. And also because of the diversity and the dynamic nature, there are different kinds of needs and different kind of opportunities for us to link up beyond the Chinese circle, but really to take rights and, you know, justice issue into the heart and see where we can actually collaborate and have meaningful partnership and conversation.